We are live. This is the market update. This is the market is never going to stop market update. I am your host, Bill Noble. New to crypto? Need to know what to do? I'll tell you. Been here for a while? Want to know whether you should take profits? Not really. Ethereum, have you heard of it? It's about to come back in the most spectacular way possible. Don't believe me? Stick around. You think the U.S. government's messing around about what they want to do with crypto? I would encourage you to think again. As a matter of fact, I think an all-out revaluation of fiat currencies versus digital currencies is underway. That and the U.S. government's investment in Web3 is going to lead to all types of cryptocurrencies basically going up only in spectacular fashion. So other than that, I'm really not that bullish. If you want to know more, like and subscribe to the channel. All right, let's welcome who's here. Ian, BRC, staying alive. Miklo, Javier, welcome. Huey, Miguel, Arendam, welcome to the show. Horace, Rygod, Banks 911, Sean, hello. Hello. Bill, could you please check out? Yes, I will do my best. Jockey, Thomas, Hav, what's going on? Aaron, Chris, David A, Brandon, Dario, what's up? Okay. TL Infinite, Jung, welcome to the show. Welcome, New York, London, Asia. Good morning, good evening. News. Let's rock it. Okay. This is the best one. Orange Man's crypto czar is a Solana bull and a multi-coin capital investor. Who is multi-coin capital? It is a big hedge fund out of Austin, Texas. And prior to the last cycle, the head of multi-coin capital got himself a red Ferrari. And you want to know what the license plate said? Solana. This is before Solana even existed, I think, or when it was at 3 cents. I saw the car with my own eyes multiple times in a parking garage. So he invested in a guy that drove a red Ferrari with the license plate Solana. That is now the individual that's in charge of goosing Web3 and artificial intelligence in order to pay off a seemingly insurmountable $36 trillion debt. So if you think for 1 second that these guys are not going to do what they said they were going to do, and a lot more than that, way more. People do not understand what is happening here. I think I do. But even if you do, Brian Young understands what's going on here. He does. Okay. He's got memes. He's got base. ETH is mixed into that. I mean, Aerodrome is a leading indicator for ETH. Ski Mask Dog probably going to $1 billion. It's going to happen, right? It's all set up. It's just like the Solana trade, except it could be Solana, ETH, XRP, and Bitcoin all going up at the same time. Okay. New post will help Trump imprint on developing industries. Again, no one's going to stop these guys. He's a venture capitalist. What do venture capitalists do? They pump everything. That's why no one likes them, because they pump everything and then they unload. That was the last cycle. Now we're not doing a cycle anymore. We're going to levitate everything so Web3 can be born and it can be made in America. Now, just in case you're wondering about what a colossal reversal this is in the event you're new to crypto. So we have gone from regulators in the current administration basically telling, the administration telling regulators to kick certain people in crypto out of the banking system. It's called debanked. So 1 minute, I don't know how many years were we doing this with Gensler and XRP? We went from 8 years of endless suppression of every kind, legal, regulatory, financial, technological, like the speech aspect of it, it never ended. Now, not only is that out the window, but we're going a complete 180. So we were suppressing it, and now we're going to attach an Elon Musk SpaceX rocket to it and launch it into outer space. It's unbelievable. Nobody who's been in crypto can actually comprehend what's going on. Brian Young comprehends it. He gets it. Some people get it, right? About what's going to happen here because he's been on the base narrative. Okay. I mean, this whole thing where Coinbase is going to rise out of the ground and go from being a little tiny plant to a giant tree like Goldman Sachs. It's going to be enormous. The reversal is incredible. Now, just in case you think that there are no problems, like this goes back to the why are we here, the fiat devaluation aspect of it. Okay. Certain types of employment never return to the pre-pandemic trend. Certain types of employment are 700,000 people below the pre-pandemic trend. There is no full-time job creation in the United States for 4 years. And the Fed has got interest rates at 4 something. And I'm listening to double talk all over the media. Oh, they may not cut rates. I think it's in doubt. Shut up. Stop it. How can you have no job creation for 4 years and numbers that haven't reflected that? So the numbers don't reflect it and interest rates do. If you got to fix the numbers, you got to fix the interest rate. And of course, this is bullish for crypto. And this is the part of crypto that they do get, right? That they want the dollar lower, crypto higher. And even if they don't want it, it's happening anyway. It's happening because interest rates are too high. The dollar's too high. And, the economy is not as good as it was advertised. Matter of fact, it's not good at all. I realize we're having a giant party here and we're having fun, but everyone else isn't, which is why everyone else is going to flock in to join the party, right? Guys in their basements with pool tables and moose heads are going to get on Coinbase with their iPad and they're going to hit the green button. The surge in people employed by the government over the last 4 years has been keeping down the unemployment rate, but it's not adding anything productive to the economy. It's actually subtracting. So it is unfortunate. And, we can cheer the Department of Government Efficiency all we want. It's fun, right? Until middle-aged people in polyester suits that don't fit are sobbing, carrying boxes out of government buildings because they're out of work and they're done. This is going to happen in mass. You think Elon Musk is playing around, right? He did it to his own people. Do you think he's going to care about doing it to the employees of a government that's trying to nail him to a wall to the point where he's got 10 bodyguards? These guys are not playing around. And I'm driving this point home. I'm driving it home hard, right? New York Federal Reserve repo facility down $100 to $130 billion. Okay, this is basically something that I think the Federal Reserve uses to support the banking system, and people have been drawing it down. That's as I understand it, right? There are problems out there in legacy. BlackRock has $50 billion in the Bitcoin ETF. They didn't put the $50 billion in. Other people did. They just created the ETF, right? They created it, they marketed it, and everybody said, yeah, you know what? I'll take 50 billion, right? 3 pounds of cheese, take a little roast beef and $50 billion worth of the Bitcoin ETF, because whatever this means is it's not good. Increase in valuations this year. Let's review. NVIDIA has risen in value $2.3 trillion this year. Wait a minute. Isn't total crypto market cap like something like 3 and change? Yeah. Okay. So NVIDIA increased in value almost as much as total crypto market cap equaled prior to the election. The changes in these stocks are bigger than crypto. Amazon went up 811 billion. That was bigger than altcoins before the election. Right? I mean, shouldn't there be a $2.3 trillion cryptocurrency and $811 billion cryptocurrency? This is like, this is the XRP $5-10 group, right? These are the changes in the values of these stocks, not the values, the changes. Let that sink in. ETH broke 4K, so what? ETH should be at 10K. ETH broke through 5, it's going to go through 4, and then Monday it's going to go through 5 because they gave up on ETH after FTX in 2022 and haven't done anything with it. Now, of course, it's at a disadvantage to Solana on JEET trading. Okay. I like meme coins too. I got one. I get it. Okay. But XRP has saved ETH. Let me say that again because no one else is saying it and I'm saying it. XRP has saved ETH because XRP is money made in America and Ethereum is money that's been around since 2016. Let me ask you something. Anyone in crypto, has anyone ever paid you in ETH? Anyone ever sent you any ETH? Have you ever gotten, salary, compensation, bonus, lunch money with ETH? Sure you have. It's money, right? And we're doing an epic devaluation of the dollar. Hang on. Here we go. Okay, this is worth the wait. So this is Lloyd Blankfein, the CEO of Goldman Sachs, who, make no mistake about it, saved not only the company, but the financial system by working very, very, very hard. I don't know if he took down the tweet, okay, but he did ask the world. Oh, here it is. Here we go. So, I'm talking about this thing where fiat is being lowered versus crypto, right? We're lowering the value of all fiat currencies versus crypto, and you think I'm crazy. I know, that's fine. That's okay. Okay. But here comes the ex-CEO of Goldman, okay, who, like him or not like him, we liked him because he went to work every day like this normal looking old guy with this frumpy leather briefcase and just worked himself silly. But he knows his macro. And he says, Trump correctly spoke of the importance of defending the dollar's exclusivity as the world's reserve currency, says Lloyd. Help U.S. trade, financing our deficit, driving U.S. policy choices on our enemies and frenemies. So why is the new administration so bent on promoting BITC? That's Lloyd trying to say Bitcoin. Okay. So what Lloyd's really trying to tell you is, let me say something to ask, why are we devaluing the dollar? Well, because the only way out of a debt crisis is to devalue the currency. And once you start a currency devaluation, it doesn't stop. Governments can try to make it orderly. They can try. Usually it's the Treasury, the Fed, or somebody comes on or try to slow it down. They can slow it down. They don't want to slow it down. It's happening. Now, Lloyd's like, well, is this really a good idea? Well, crypto bros, they think it is. I think it is because we got a problem. Now, does Lloyd know that these things get out of hand? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The currency market is the original wild financial market. Currency moves huge. Google, when we're done, the Plaza Accord. Okay. I can't control myself. I got to do it. I got to show it because when I show you like what's going to happen here in reverse, your mind is going to be just, your mind is going to, you're going to drop off the stream early, or you're going to stay on the stream and hit the green button. Okay. So this is the dollar index quarterly. Okay. And this is what happened when the group of 7 industrial nations got together and said very simply to the currency market, the dollar is too strong. That's it. That's all he said. That is licensed to sell. George Soros made all of his money. Basically, everybody, it started to go down and everyone covered their short and they thought they were a genius and they thought they did a good trade. And Soros kept his trading desk up all night, and they just kept selling the dollar. They just kept selling and selling and selling and selling. And, it went down. It started in April of 1985, and it didn't produce a green candle until October of 1986. So pretend this is BTC in the reverse. Can I even do that? Yeah. Okay. There we go. This is the Plaza Accord in reverse. Except just pretend it's Bitcoin. From January of 1985 to October of 1987, the dollar was up only. The dollar went up until stuff broke. I'm sorry. The dollar went down until stuff broke. This is what Bitcoin's going to look like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 up quarters. I rest my case. Meanwhile, let's FUD Uniswap. Let's FUD ETH. Let's do that. We're devaluing the dollar for 13 consecutive quarters. 13 consecutive quarters of up only in crypto, but Uniswap's departure breaking down Ethereum's potential revenue crisis, says Gemma Green, co-founder and chairman of PowerLedger.io. So let me get this straight. Crypto is going to go up for 13 straight quarters, and the people in crypto are bearish. How high do you think Ethereum has to go before this person changes their mind? The number is staggering. Ethereum has now overtaken MasterCard in market cap. A very interesting fact, okay? That's not the right question, right? The question is, why isn't Ethereum worth $1 trillion like every other small-ish tech company, right? Like Amazon rose $811 billion in market cap this year. Ethereum is only worth in total $485 billion. So the internet is worth half as much as the change in Amazon stock this year. This should be $1 trillion, and then we can maybe talk, right? Talk to me when ETH is worth $1 trillion. Like, where's Aerodrome going to be if ETH is worth $1 trillion? I mean, where's Virtual? It's really the top AI coin. It's at $2 billion. You have NVIDIA worth 3 something, 4 something trillion. I don't know. And Virtual's worth $2 billion. Ethereum realized cap hits all-time high, suggests trouble for ETH bears. Yeah, you guys are going to get in a rocket and get blasted off the planet to Mars. Let me know how that goes. Just in, Bitcoin reclaims 100. You had one dip after 100K. One. Everybody sold before Thanksgiving. Everybody sold at 100K to go Christmas shopping. Everyone thought it was over. And you're going to wake up Monday morning and it's going to be at 115. And Michael Saylor is going to announce he's buying more. Just saying. BlackRock is buying Ethereum. Right, because everyone in equities is going, well, it looks like we missed the Bitcoin train. So what are we going to do? Wow, they made this ETH thing and it hasn't gone up yet. What's Ethereum? Oh, it's money and it can be the internet. Oh, cool. I understand that. It's like Cisco and Dell for the internet. It's like the rails that it all works on. And it's also money. Oh, cool. Because crypto's going up for 13 straight quarters. So maybe we should get involved. You think? Donald Trump's new czar, Bitcoin is backed by math. I think a lot of people might, over time, gradually think that's a better form of money. And that is the market update. Bitcoin will replace gold as the leading store of value within 10 years. Okay, I got a great idea. You're going to need both. Gold is a central bank asset. Right? It's a central bank reserve asset. Central banks use it. You can use Bitcoin too, but central banks use gold, right? Fiat has got all kinds of problems. So whoever's got gold, you know what? Honestly, the Chinese and the Russians have a lot of gold, and they need it to prop up their currencies, right? The more gold you got, the better. The more Bitcoin you got, the better. That's all, right? These gold guys are making a living fudding Bitcoin because they're getting all this attention. And eventually people are just going to be like, dude, you have a gazillion Twitter followers, but you just missed the trade of the biggest trade in human history. As Michael Saylor would say, you've missed the biggest trade since the United States bought the Louisiana Purchase, Alaska, New York, and California. Not in that order, but the United States purchased Manhattan Island, the Louisiana Purchase, which is like half the country, California, and Alaska. Right. That's what buying Bitcoin or Ethereum is like. And everyone's like, oh, Ethereum market cap is at 485 billion, but it couldn't go any higher because it's $10 to do a meme coin trade. People, what are we talking about? The United Kingdom finally explains Bitcoin to the audience right before they storm the Capitol and demand an election. I told you the way to solve the problem in the United Kingdom was the green button. You thought I was crazy. I know. That's okay. It sounds crazy. I look crazy. I understand. But guess what? They're going to capitulate. They're going to start buying Bitcoin. They're going to change their mind. A lot of people changing their mind these days. They're going to be like, no, we're going to let all these people that posted on Facebook, we're going to leave them alone now. Watch. Michael Saylor on 100K BTC Day, I got together with such and such person on the need for a digital asset framework. You see this guy going, oh, yeah, right. I understand now. Hang on. Let me just go offset here and hit the green button. Hear me out. No major pullback until 220K. It happened in 2020. You know, when this thing got out of the barn, we traded in the range for 8 months. Raise your hand if you listen to the show every day for 8 months during that range. How much fun did we have? Some, mostly not though. I mean, on the air we did, but not in the market. It was miserable. And now the rally's been going on for exactly 1 month and everyone's ready to sell and go home. What are you talking about? We just started. This guy's like, oh, 220K. Everyone thinks he's crazy. He's like, hear me out. Quietly, it's going to 220. Of course, it's going to 220. Where do you think this is going to be? ETH could be higher. This guy didn't finish it. He's like, you know, Bitcoin could go to 220 and ETH could go to 20. Don't think it can happen. Don't think Ethereum, the world's first altcoin or the world's biggest altcoin, can't trade like an altcoin. Florida may introduce a strategic Bitcoin reserve along with the rest of the planet. UK restricts access to pump.fun. Okay, well, you know what? Given what's going on pump.fun, don't be shocked if there's no Solana ETF, that the ETF is going to be, drum roll, XRP. Okay, the ETF is going to be XRP because of this. Because this is now attracted the attention of law enforcement. These guys cannot, come down on people for what they're saying on social media and allow things where people are obviously getting hurt, right? I mean, the primary job of government is to protect the people. Now, these people really don't know fully what the primary job of government is, okay? But it is to protect the people, right? And if people are getting rewarded financially for hurting each other or hurting themselves, someone's got to do something about that. So congratulations to the XRP army. You just got yourself an ETF courtesy of pump.fun. I know, not a popular opinion, but true. Grayscale sold $150 million of Bitcoin after it hit 100K, probably because everybody is pulling out of GBTC and going into the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, which is why BlackRock bought 5 times as much Bitcoin. Now, naturally, the media, Twitter, whatever, hasn't got this right. Grayscale is, they're getting rid of Bitcoin and sending it basically to BlackRock, but Grayscale has, altcoin trading products in the stock market, right? It's like, it shows, let's see, they have Near, They have XRP. They have Solana. They have equity market trading products for these altcoins. And it's going to be an absolutely insane parabolic, right? Absolutely insane parabolic. Simler Scientific expands Bitcoin holdings to $180 million. Every single mid-size and small cap company is going to have to buy crypto. XRP and Ethereum are next. XRP bulls could face bloodbath if Bitcoin dominance rises, says analyst 20 hours ago. Just in time for XRP to turn around and go to $3.50. You see what I'm saying? This is a crypto reporter. This is Cointelegraph. What? What are we talking about here? This is insane. Out of your mind. No way. Coincidence, or is this just how Bitcoin works? Right? In a world, excuse me, in the last two cycles from the market bottom to the market top, it took 1,000 days. From the market bottom to the next, and from the market bottom to the next market bottom, it took 1,435 days. If this pattern repeats again, Bitcoin will top in October of 2025. Okay. So this is the cycle mentality, right? We need to buy everything now. We need to stay up all night, every night for the next 10 months because we only got one shot at this. We only got one shot at life-changing money. That's not true. Now, there's going to be a correction next year in equities, and that's going to affect everybody. And there are going to be events that people don't understand next year, not even me, right? Not even me. And if that happens, you're going to have intense volatility in crypto, like intense volatility. Like when it happens, everybody will say, oh, the market topped, or that's the end of the cycle. No, it's probably the start of a giant range. So you'll have a flagpole, you'll go straight up, and then you'll have a wild range for half of 2025. Not the kind of range we just had, the wild kind. BlackRock and Fidelity did a combined $3 billion in trading volume today in the Bitcoin ETF. Fidelity sent a note to customers 2 days ago that says, you know, do you think the election could affect crypto? They were asking that as an interrogative 2 days ago. Rumble, $20 million in. Okay. 2 billion Tether minted. Okay. This is crypto hedge funds. The amount of money pouring in is epic. It's epic. You can't stop the crypto hedge funds. Crypto hedge funds are going to have to FOMO into everything. So let's go through the order of operations. Michael Saylor buys Bitcoin. BlackRock buys Bitcoin. People in stocks realize they need to have, I've seen numbers now, 10%. A thought leader said 20 or 30. The number is now at 10 for equities. It's like, if you don't have 10% of your money in Bitcoin, you're an idiot. I saw that today. Okay. So BlackRock, Michael Saylor, general public on Coinbase, high net worth individuals putting money into hedge funds that cannot outperform in a market like this, or they're done. This is the once in a lifetime shot for hedge funds. This is why they've been around, they suffered and traded and done whatever. Now they have to outperform. They have to show that they can do better than a normie sitting at home with the green button in their basement with the moose head. And that's not going to be easy. They're going to have to pick the right sectors at the right time. And when they pile in all at once, they're piling in all at once. Polkadot's going to $20, right? Chainlink's going to 100. It's not going to stop, right? There's no seller in the market that can handle this kind of volume. There's no supply, none. ETH, a lot of ETH is staked. Everyone's like, oh, ETH's inflationary. Yeah, not if everyone's coming in through multiple ETFs. Not if central banks come in and start buying ETH. You think they're just going to buy Bitcoin? That's not true. They're going to buy a portfolio. That's like saying a central bank only has one fiat currency. They have all the fiat currencies. They got Swiss franc, yen, Aussie dollar, Canada, Canadian dollar. They got all of it. The euro, everything. So they're going to have more than one digital asset on their balance sheet. This has not occurred to people. It's like XRP is going to blah. That's not the question. The question is what central bank is going to buy it and when are they going to buy it? My vote is Swiss National Bank first because they're an equities market hedge fund. They need to head. Okay. Crypto adoption continues to soar. 400 million live. I'm sorry, 400 million active wallets. 400 million. And we just started 1 month into this and everyone's selling. Everyone's talking about cycles. Okay, wait, hold on. I got to schedule it on my calendar. Yep. October 2025, end of cycle. October 2025, equity market, dramatic correction, not end of cycle. That begins the decoupling, the new cycle. Bitcoin has been profitable 99% of its history. Ski mask dog. Good luck stopping this. They got a guy with 1 million followers and congressmen buying it. It's 301 million. I seem to remember Pepe at 200 million. I know guys that FOMO'd into Pepe at around 200 million back in the day. Let's just see what Pepe is trading at these days for laughs. I don't know. You get based Pepe now. What do you get? Oh, Pepe, 8.8 billion. Ski Mask Dog, 200 million. Pepe, 8.8 billion. You know, they're going to list Pepe on centralized exchanges. You're going to get this, right? And then the bid is going to find its way into whatever the normies want to think could be the next Pepe. We'll see. Okay, going over to PowerPoint. Okay. ETH weekly. It just took out 3,500. ETH has been at 3,500 since the start of the FTX problem. If you're new to crypto and you don't know what the FTX problem was, it was like a giant margin call in stocks, except it was for the whole ecosystem and it almost took the ecosystem down. So ETH has literally done nothing for 2 years. Now, there's no resistance in ETH until 5,500. ETH on a weekly basis on Lux Algo. Okay, ETH just went past the equilibrium zone. Money is not flowing in yet. So no one's bullish Ethereum. No one's bullish. No one's buying it. Money's not flowing in. Money's probably going into the ETF. But you can see over here, they gave up on ETH in 2022 and it really never came back. Yeah, they came back a little bit in May, March. Sure, a little. But they never came back. They exited again. They're like, oh, I'm getting out now. Okay, so what price are they going to get back in at? That's the whole thing, right? Like when they sold Bitcoin before Thanksgiving and everybody was like, it's a 30% correction and I'm screaming into the mic that that's not happening. ETH versus Bitcoin. Okay, you want some radical stuff? You want to get wild on Friday? Let's get wild on Friday. ETH versus Bitcoin. So this is the first wave up, the second wave down, the third wave up, the fourth wave down. So big trends have 5 waves. Okay. 1, 3, and 5 go in the direction of the trend. 2 and 4 are corrective. Normally, a 2 wave is small and a 4 wave is broad and incredibly annoying. Painful. Why is that? Well, because you have to experience a lot of pain before you have the 5 wave, which is a highly emotional up-only move. That makes the 3 wave look like a Cub Scout picnic. So this is Ethereum versus Bitcoin. And I'm telling you that Ethereum versus Bitcoin could take out its 2021 high. Right now, Ethereum is being mercilessly sold, given up for dead because of the Uniswap revenue crisis. Meanwhile, the chart that DeMark work says you could have ETH versus Bitcoin at a new high. So you could have Bitcoin at 200. At, I don't even know where that puts ETH. 20,000? This group has been advocating for the base network. I saw this chart and I'm like, you can't even say we're not bullish enough. I can't even comprehend what this would mean. This means absolutely up only. This means that we're in the prelude to some sort of like problem in the world where everyone doesn't just want to come to crypto because we're partying like it's 2024. They come to crypto because they have to come to crypto to get that kind of move. Bitcoin. Okay. DeMark work is interesting because when the top signals work, they work. And when they don't, it's bullish. So you got a bullish top signal. A top signal in Bitcoin for the election. Didn't matter. It went up. You got a top signal 2 days ago. You got a flash event. You got some gyrations, but this quantitative moving average. So this is drawn by math, not by time. Holding nicely. It's 96K. The blow off top zone for Bitcoin is 115. Just going to wake up one day and it's going to be there. No one cared about 100. No one cares about 100 now. No one cares about 105. No one cares about 110. And the only reason they're going to care about 115 is it's on a DeMark chart. And the second they start to care about 115, that's fine. Solana goes to 400 and ETH goes to 7K. My upside targets are higher than your upside targets. Because everyone's talking about Bitcoin going to $1 million. And everyone's talking about Bitcoin going to 220 now. But no one's talking about ETH going to 7K. It's like the number that no one's talking about. 110 in Bitcoin on the weekly chart is the top of an accumulation cone. So without giving you the whole lecture on accumulation cones, when you blow through the top of one of these things, it's gone, right? We give this lecture on a regular basis, right? Accumulation cones from a guy named Jesse Livermore, the first famous trader. Somebody wrote a fictional book about him. He drew these in his notebook and he said, this is the prelude to a parabolic. Bitcoin hasn't even tested it yet. Got cursed out on Twitter about this. This is DeMark work on XRP weekly. Sorry. So this is XRP weekly. Now, as you can see on the DeMark work at the time, XRP was close to unchanged for the month. I'm sorry, the week. Now, if I had come to you and said, after what's gone on in XRP, it's like, with all this FOMO, XRP is actually now unchanged for the week. Would you buy or would you sell? I'm pretty sure you would say, wow, you mean after that, all that XRP FOMO, it's unchanged for the week? They retraced the whole week? Yeah. As of 4 o'clock Central, XRP was 2%. Then, of course, XRP took off because somebody figured out it was unchanged for the week and ETH was going to gap higher. You have no idea what's about to happen here. Can you imagine ETH going to $1 trillion and XRP going to $1 trillion with it? Who's talking about that? Everyone goes yeah, XRP is going to $589. But I think it's more bullish to talk about ETH and XRP both going to $1 trillion market cap. Because, NVIDIA and Apple are worth $3 trillion. So why shouldn't, say Ethereum, XRP, and the rest of altcoins also be worth $3 trillion? That's a conservative estimate. I mean, NVIDIA increased $2.5 trillion. Yes. Okay. AI hardware. I know there isn't enough hardware to build Skynet. I understand. But okay. Bitcoin Cash, 850. How long do you think it's going to take retail to figure out that Bitcoin Cash looks just like Bitcoin, except the symbol has a different color and it's a faster transactional version of Bitcoin? And everybody is afraid to buy this because Mt. Gox has a lot of it to sell. Just like everybody was afraid to buy Ondo, which is a real world asset coin, before that went straight up. Cardano, monthly. Equilibrium is $1.50. BitBoy pumped it to $3 last cycle. One guy pumped it to $3. Just because talking about how bullish it was. Now, the guy that runs it is actually advising the president of the United States, and everyone thinks they got to take profits at $1.20. Right? I mean, can you imagine in 2021, BitBoy on with Charles Hoskinson at the White House? Cardano would have gone to $10. Now, no one wants to pay $1.20. XRP monthly, public service announcement. When XRP goes crazy, they do it in like 1 or 2 months. Most of the time, they do it in 1 month. This one they did in 2 months because there was a reversal. Is there a reason why XRP is not at the Lux Algo premium zone at 325? I don't know what the answer to that is. That's ridiculous. It's going to 325. That's it. Seriously, that's really it. Like, these guys are absolutely not fooling around. Okay, Solana. Let's talk about Solana because this is important. Okay, so Solana is dealing with some DeMark work and some resistance, right? So the pump.fund thing's out of control. I got it. It's crazy. You know, I got hit with something this week that was like pump.fund sort of kind of related. Shocking. I thought I had offended a higher power. That's another story. Solana is dealing with this 13 top signal. Currently, there's resistance. It's okay. In actuality, Solana is just doing a pause that refreshes. This 9 signal means you're going to have a pause. Now, you should have had a top, but it's not a top. Obviously, it's a pause. Now, when Solana is done pausing, what do you see over here? Well, there was this big red line over here, but wait a minute, that's not over here now. What about this dotted line? That was over here. Well, wait, that's not over here now. You're right. There's nothing there. There's nothing there, right? Solana's like, okay. Everyone's like thinking to themselves, Solana is not the be all end all. Solana is not the only thing out there. And everyone's hesitating. And what has happened in this bull market when you hesitate? You get smoked. You wake up one day and whatever it is up 20%. That's exactly what's going to happen in Solana because somebody might actually figure out Solana is a layer 1, not just Las Vegas. And you might actually build stuff on Solana, like stable coins, or Solana may become money. Why can't Solana be money? Solana's money. ETH is money. I mean, if XRP is money, Solana is money. And don't forget, the crypto czar, right? Don't forget the crypto czar comes from Multicoin Capital, where they drive Ferraris with the license plates that say Solana. He doesn't have the car anymore, but you get the point. Solana is money. It's money. And this is about money. It's about the valuations of currencies. As crazy as that may sound. Gari Network, Doge. Okay, I'm going to do the best I can. Okay, we got to talk about virtual, man. Oh, my God. Eagle King keeps sending me stuff launched on this platform. I mean, 1.83 billion. This is a joke. Okay, looks like they tried to moonshot it. I don't know if that's a bad print. Got to share the screen. Thank you. Okay. When you have these kind of spikes, okay, because you're going to see them everywhere, right? When these hedge funds come in, sorry, didn't press the button. Okay, when you have these kind of spikes up, right, and it comes back down, the breakout and the retest happen at the same time. Okay, they happen at the same time. So you had a high of a range. They blow through this. Could be a bad print, could be not. But now they just come back down, consolidate. And the point of this chart is that the market is giving you dips. You're getting dips. They're giving you dips. It may be intraday. It may be a breakout and a return move on the same day, which people are not used to. And that is par for the course because bull markets are not easy. They're not easy. They're not. You know, 1 minute we're doing nothing, and the next minute we're staying up all night trading ski mask dog. This is not vacation land. Like, yes, you can go on Coinbase and hit the green button, and it'll turn out fine. But it's also, you also have to think, because if you just walk into crypto, it's like, okay, I'm here. I didn't do virtual down here. I'm doing virtual up here. What do I do? Okay. It breaks out. It comes back. You live with the risk of buying the top. The moment that you don't fear buying the top, it's over and you should sell. Yeah, that's probably 6 years from now. There will be a disturbance next year, but again, that's not what we're worried about right now. What we're worried about right now is getting involved, because the market is still giving you the opportunity to get involved. Okay. All right. I can do SUI. Obviously, we're not doing the 3-month chart. Okay. So the daily chart of SUI, the Solana of this cycle. All right. So you have SUI up here at $5. Remember when everyone was saying, oh, SUI was going to $5 and that was crazy? It's probably not crazy. It's probably going to hit $5. To be honest, I'd rather buy Solana, because this is a layer 1 and this is going to be part of the internet, and I get it. I'm not saying anything bad about this at all. All I'm saying is I would rather buy Solana. Now, big picture. Okay. Take every long-term chart you have. Everyone's like, oh my God, I can't believe how much it's up. Look at these huge green candles. I got an idea. Here we go. You ready? You ready? Let's do some technical analysis. Ready? Let's do it. So remember Elliott wave, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the beginning. This is not, oh my God, look at it, right? What is a 3 wave? How does it behave? A 3 wave is like, it's called gradually, then suddenly, right? So it's like, okay, SUI's at 3. Okay, SUI's at 4. Okay, SUI's at 5. Oh my God, SUI's at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Eventually. It's going to happen. Why? Because it's the rails of the internet, right? Somebody's asking about Polkadot. It's a joke, right? Everyone's talking about the dino coins. People had to take these coins and they had to give them a nickname so they could psychologically get their head around what's happening here. They're like, oh, it's a new sector. It's the dino coins. They're like meme coins for old people. Whatever. That's fine. Whatever they have to tell themselves, it's good. What they should be telling themselves is it's Web3. I hear every single word out there. I hear Pump.Fun from the United Kingdom. No one's talking about Web3. No one. Now, you want to talk about Web3, you want to talk about the base network. That's going to be possibly the genesis of Web3, the Coinbase wallet running on Ethereum, right? There's no base token like SUI or Solana. Base runs on Ethereum, just without the cost. Meanwhile, Polkadot, 10,000 transactions a second at 0 cost, Polkadot 2.0. This connects blockchains together. It's called interoperability. It's $10. No one thinks they have to buy it. It's going to 28. That's it. That's my opinion. Not investment advice. Okay? Not at all. Not at all. I mean, I'm just at the point. Oh my God, sushi. Oh my God. All this stuff on Coinbase that everyone thinks is dead. Look at this. We're talking about the rails of the internet and finance. Everyone's like, oh my God, Sushi Swap went from 60 cents to $1.76. I can't buy it. The high is $24. I'll see at $24 in Sushi Swap. Thanks for shopping at Crypto Market Update. No, for real. Seriously. I just, you look at the price action and it's just like, it's not going to stop. Do you think Arrow will run like Uniswap? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Except this time we're changing the whole financial system. So, Arrow is going to be the DEX that makes revenue off all the trading on base. So Arrow will be a business that makes money. And we'll probably do squiggle technical analysis in Arrow, because Arrow, like, we drew this, right? We did this. We did it, right? We said, okay, here's the accumulation formation. So crypto is making these, triangles or expanding triangles or accumulation cones. Like the Lux algo system is drawing all these things. And then when it breaks out, it's just volcanic and it doesn't stop. This is not going to stop. It's going $10. It's going to achieve the same valuation that Uniswap did at the top of the last cycle, when all Uniswap was a governance token. Now, that governance token now matters because Wall Street's going to want to come in and govern these things because they got to get involved. That is a whole other stream. That's a whole other program. That's different. That's different. Okay. Oh God, alien base. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Like when he said this, I was like, wow, really? We're gonna have Arrow, Velo, and alien base too? Now I'm like, I mean, how can I be talking about 20,000 ETH thinking, or 7,000 ETH and think we're not going to have more than one? We might not have like an attractive DEX, an exotic DEX for crypto people. Who knows? I mean, again, you break out, you break the high here, you retest it, you hold, you go up. See what they're doing? They're always giving you a dip. They're giving you a dip. Because why? Because they don't believe it. People don't believe it. They're like, ooh, I did a great trade. For anybody who's new in crypto, they're called JEETs, right? It's just a somewhat sarcastic word for day traders, right? They're like, oh, look, this went straight up. I'm going to sell. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. That's how you make a living. Okay, I get it. That's a whole discipline unto itself. I'm not making fun of it, but what I'm saying is if you just got to crypto, you are not a day trader. You're not, because that takes a lot of time. I mean, you can become one. It takes a year. You got 60 days to get on this crypto move. You're a portfolio manager now. You go, how can we get involved? So again, because we're going to do squiggles because we just can't stop. Right? That's how a head and shoulders bottom works. A head and shoulders bottom is 3 attempts to take a market down. When it doesn't work, you travel the distance between the bottom and the top from the point of the breakout. 54 cents. I mean, if Ski Mask Dog and Alien Base are going to trade like this, possibly, what is going to happen to the rails of the internet? Do you realize you can go on Coinbase? I mean, Coinbase got everything they built in the last cycle. Everything. They built the whole internet in the last cycle. Venture capitalists built it, pumped it, dumped it. Now, venture capitalists are running crypto in DC. So, do you think they're going to pump it? I think they're going to pump it. I think they're going to pump it into like mind-boggling levels, because what you do when you pump it is you bring in attention and capital. Who is not going to want to start a crypto project? Or are these crypto projects going to get real money and partnerships from actual businesses because we can build it, because we can build it? Just like, why would you go to the moon? This is the space program. I know I said this too, and people thought I was out of my mind. Actually, my friend Toby Ward said it. She's like, this crypto is like the space program. You got to watch movies like The Right Stuff, when John Kennedy stood up at the podium and said, after the Russians put a man in orbit, we are going to the moon. Men perished to get us to the moon, right? The Mercury astronauts. When America says we're doing it, we're doing it. Now, we may all be fat. We may all be impolite sometimes, But when we tell you we're landing at Normandy, when we tell you we're going to the moon, and when we tell you we're buying 1 million Bitcoin and we're doing Web3, you best believe it. So I'm happy to chart everyone's stuff. I got to end the stream right here. Listen to me. Whatever Brian Young tells you to do. Listen to this guy, okay? He's been on his base network thing from the beginning. Most likely NFTs could be next. The whole network could explode. Now, when the whole network explodes, ETH's going to explode. It's all going to go at the same time. You had 2 days to buy this thing before Thanksgiving. You probably got 2 or 3 days to buy it before it just goes completely volcanic. That's my opinion. Right. In other words, you're going to see stuff here. He made a tweet about Ski Mask Dog, that the price action, I can't repeat the word, could be insane. And he's absolutely right. And it's not just Ski Mask Dog. It's the whole kit and caboodle. That's the market update for tonight. I'm your host, Bill Noble. We will see you on Monday.